Welcome to Sewcation, a series where I hit the road with my sewing machine to get inspired by working and staying in unique places, shop for fabric at the local thrifts, and create a one-of-a-kind piece. If this sounds cool, then stay tuned because today we're going to Portland, Oregon to stay in a magic barn, attend a psychic channeling, and make something as unique as this trip was. Today we have a beautiful 2-hour drive east to Portland, Oregon, where we're going to stay for 2 nights in the Hawthorne neighborhood. Our first stop is going to be Goodwill in Beaverton, and I ran straight for the linen section. I found 2 wool blankets and a white quilt. I thought these could be combined for a cool jacket, and at a price of $34.97, it was right. Our next stop is Artifact in Portland. This is a super cool vintage and antique shop, and they have lots of incredible things. I didn't find anything that quite matched the vibe I was looking for the Magic Barn, but if you're interested, they have tons of cool vintage blankets and clothing. My final stop is Village Merchants. This is probably my favorite thrift store in all of Portland. It's absolutely huge, but I ran upstairs because that's where they keep the linens. They always have tons of quilts and blankets and wool, and look at those 2 in the corner of the filming here. I found these 2 incredible quilts, a grandma's flower garden with teal, which was $36, and then this double wedding ring quilt. I decided I was going to get both because the price was right and they would make incredible jackets. At this point, it was finally time to check into the Magic Barn, a rental that I'm staying at over in Hawthorne area. Hawthorne is a super cool neighborhood. There's lots of good thrift shops, restaurants, things to do. But the Magic Barn was something special. It's this little purple and teal house in the backyard of the main house that belongs to sculpture artist Toji Kurtzman, who does these incredible stainless steel and bronze sculptures that tons of public spaces around the world. It was cool to get a glimpse of these in the yard. Then stepping into the Magic Barn, which was built in 1936 and was originally Toji's sculpture studio, but he transformed it in 2015 using old-growth barnwood and upcycled furnishings for the kitchen, clawfoot tub, and all the furniture. Toji rented the rooms to other artists while restoring the old house and building his career as a fine art sculptor between 2000 and 2017. It has a full bathroom with a clawfoot tub, and it was insanely cozy in there. There is an electric heater, which it just felt like you were not in the city when you were staying here. It felt like you were somewhere in the middle of the forest, and that was exactly what I wanted. All the plants were beautiful. It was clean. It was comfortable. I had such a lovely time here, and I would absolutely recommend it. After I settled in, I raced across town to pick up Lauren Edwards, who does Open Light Medicine, which does psychic group channelings. This was an amazing experience. If you're ever in Portland and you want to talk to your spirit guides, look into Open Light Medicine. This channeling was done at Lauren's house, and it was incredible. After that, it was bedtime. Day 2, I started at 8:30 a.m. I wanted to set up all my sewing machines, all of my tools, everything that I needed. Now I gotta figure out which blanket I want to use. I kind of got a mix of a few things. I kind of knew the vibe was gonna be, it's called the Magic Barn, so I knew it was gonna be kind of hippie, kind of funky, a little unique. So I got this white one from Goodwill, but it seems too polished for this space. Wool options are kind of nice. So this is like wool fabric, and then this wool blanket. And I think that would fit in this vibe if it was more rustic cabin. Like this is more hippie cabin. So I don't think the wool actually fits the space. So I got this one for $32. This is a double wedding ring quilt. And it's really pretty, nice pastels. There's, and then this grandma's flower garden with the teal, which is kind of destroyed. Like, this is a full-on cutter quilt, but it was 36 bucks for a handmade, giant hole. But $36 for this one. Our teal, like, it's perfect. There's like a bunch of teal in this house, and I think this is the one. And hopefully this little machine of mine can handle it. First, we're gonna do the camp coat, so we're gonna cut that out, and then we'll cut out the fabric, and then we'll start sewing. I ended up stopping at Office Max on the way to Portland to get the pattern printed on A0, and then cut out the pattern and had to kind of prepare my sewing machine to sew. But then we started sewing, and I always start with the back yoke first. It is now 10:17. I'm gonna take a little muffin coffee break. It took me a little over about an hour to cut out my A0 pattern, as well as my liner fabric and my outer fabric.
So I just sewed together the quilt back yoke with the top of the back yoke. So I need a little break and then we'll get back to it.
Next up was the front bodice pieces, assembling those to the back bodice. I start with the shoulders and then I move down to the sides.
Okay, so I just went to use my serger and turns out I forgot the foot pedal and the power cord. So I cannot serge, but that's totally okay because the only thing I really need to serge is going to be, oh shoot, the front facing needs to be serged and the liner. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'll hem all the front facing and I'll do a zigzag stitch on all the liner, which such a bummer because that's gonna take longer, but it just shows you, even if you don't have a serger, there are other ways and other methods to make this camp coat, even if they do take a little longer. So yeah.
So we're gonna do all the top stitching now and then I'm gonna do a fit check.
It is now 10:43 and as of now I have the bodice put together. Oops. I could put it on. The bodice put together and the top stitching done on the bodice. So that's fun and exciting. Like this is going to match this Airbnb perfectly. Like I can't believe I found this. It was totally meant to be. This is definitely the magic barn coat. So let's keep going. I'm gonna put the sleeves on and then I'm gonna go and do the liner and then we'll do front facing and collar and all that fun stuff and maybe take some lunch in between. We'll see.
Next up, we're gonna do the sleeves and fix my sewing machine. Then we're gonna assemble the liner and put them both together.
Okay, it's 11:40 and I now have the jacket put together on the outer and the liner. So now, since I wanna be able to finish this jacket while I'm here, I think I'm gonna do a zipper on it because I forgot my buttonhole punches. Oh, and I have to do the collar still, so we're gonna do that now. Doing the collar right now, I just put front facing on one end and then also these two pieces together. And then I'm gonna attach the front facing, inner facing. I need more coffee. Inner facing is on the collar and I'm gonna do the inner facing on the front facing and the waistband and then we're gonna put it all together. Let's trim off the corners. Trim off some of the sides here too. Where did I put my big scissors? You guys, I'm not staying very clean right now. I'm gonna poke out the little tips here and then press this again. Woo! Collar. Done. Can't really tell. It is 12:20 and yeah, we're about to put the pockets on. To play 52 pickup with sewing needles because I just spilt them everywhere.
Here I'm putting the pockets where I want them to go and I'm gonna sew them on the outer fabric before I put the liner in.
Okay, remember how I just spilt pins all over? Well, now I just spilled clips all over. So I have like hundreds of pins and clips to pick up now. Y'all, I'm gonna need a walk soon. Okay, so it is now, let's see, check the time, 12:43. And I have the liner finished. And I have the outer with its pockets finished. I have the collar ready to go. And I just need to add interfacing to the front. I'll put the zipper on it and the collar and the front facing. And we'll do some more top stitching. Yeah, so probably like, hopefully an hour more worth of work, maybe 2. Okay, so since I'm using a zipper instead of snap buttons, I have to cut off about a 1/2 inch off either side so that the collar looks good and the zipper works and it's not too big. I'm not gonna have that inch folded over at the end. So we're gonna do that and then sew it all together. It's so excited. I'm pretty nervous about this part because this is really thick and I'm having this little home machine. So we'll see if it can handle it.
Spoiler alert, it did handle it. I was so impressed with this little machine. Now I'm sewing all the front facing, waistband, zipper, collar, everything on and together.
All right, it's 1:49 and I'm just about to finish up the jacket, but I'm starving, so I'm gonna eat. little buffalo style chicken wrap. We're gonna like finish it. It's gonna be done. Hopefully have like 30 minutes left max, because I've already been working on it for 5 hours. Yeah, so wish me luck. Okay, see you soon. Sewed everything together except for the waistband, because I think I have to shorten it because my zipper is shorter than what the camp coat is, but I want to try it on. Very nerve-wracking. Flip it inside out here. Woo! Pretty even. Now I just have to shorten, oh, I missed this part. But now I have to shorten this because my zipper is short, so it's gonna be like this, which is very cute. So keep moving. I had to unpick a bunch of stuff and redo part of the front facing with the zipper, but it was worth it because after this, I was done. Okay, y'all, I'm finished. Are you ready to see it? The magic barn coat. Well, I am actually so stoked with how this came out. I feel like the color scheme could not be any better for this rental property. It just really fits in this space perfectly, and I love a good grandma's flower garden vintage quilt. So this is really special because it's handmade, and I just love the way it came out with the zipper. If you enjoyed watching this, stick around because I'm going to be doing these once a month in different locations, in different rental properties, and there's going to be a new jacket to fit the space each time. So please like and subscribe and stay tuned because we're going to Central Washington in the mountains for the next episode. Bye!